Welcome, from me is a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks that you can do on this device. Now we're gonna start off with probably my favorite one, which is the higher refresh rate of the display, the 120, and you can find it under the settings and display. And if we scroll down, we'll have the motion smoothness right here. Now right here we have a fairly nice visual representation of how it will change it. So if you look closely, the 60 Hz looks kind of choppy, where it kind of like jumps between frames, so it just doesn't look as smooth as the 120. Other words, if you're still curious on how this works, is basically, if you're not sure, imagine this as a super fast slideshow, and the 60 Hz slideshow shows you 16 different images in a single second, while 120 will show you 120. And for instance, if you have two images, so one is for instance my left hand and one is my right hand and my left hand in a shot, right? So in 60, for instance, it captures separately my right and left, as you know, frame right here and frame right here. And with the 120, it will also capture the in-between, so it will capture both of my, for instance, half of my hands. Just as a kind of a crude way of explaining this. So let's change it to adaptive, and this will change it to the 120 once you tap on apply, and there we go, we're now 120. Now I'll mention this right now, this will use a little bit more of your battery, so if battery preservation is what you're looking for, this option probably is not for you. But if you're looking for the absolute smoothness, then go right ahead. And I'll also mention that this 120 only works on the inside screen. The screen right here does not support the 60, so, or not 60 but 120, so this is still in 60. Now to you on the video it will all look the same. That's because the video is being recorded at 60, and anything above that is just kind of being lost. So that's why on the video it looks like nothing has changed, but if you have the phone and you enable it, you will see the difference specifically between the two displays, the cover one and the inside one. So moving on to the next one, it's just going to be the gesture navigations, and again it can be found under the display, under the, where is it, navigation bar right over here, and have swipe gestures. So you can tap on it and it will automatically enable it. And as you can see, you can swipe up to go home, swipe up and hold to go to recent, and swipe from the sides to go back. Now when I'm swiping back, you can see there is an arrow appearing, so that is the indication of me going back, and this arrow or the back gesture can be used from both sides of the display. Now also, we close it, this also extends to the cover display as well, as you can see, the arrow appearing. So really nice. I really personally enjoy gesture navigations and really like to share them with everybody. Now contrary to what I literally just said, I will disable them, but that is only because swiping up gesture when the phone is on the tray is not the greatest experience. So that is why I'm gonna at the moment disable it. So let's go back, and yeah. So moving on to the next one, it's going to be, again, I believe in the display continuous apps. So I've been using that right now for a couple moments. As you've seen, basically when I close the device, it continues, specifically the settings which I kept on. You can see that you can right now turn it on or showcase it. So as you can see right now, we have settings. I'm not going to be pressing anything, as you can see right now. Close it and it flips to front, or the cover display, however you want to call it. So this is the continuous app, and you can find it under, again, the display. Majority of the cool stuff are under display. So let's go into here and then a bit lower, continuous apps, or continue app on cover screen, and in here you will have all the apps that you have installed right now on the device. So what you want to do is select ones that you want to basically continue on the cover when you close the device. Now I would strongly discourage you from probably enabling every app, because if you use this device for probably already a couple days or so, you might be already used to, for instance, slapping it close and thinking that the device is locked. But with the continue with the apps, when you close it, it's just gonna keep it still unlocked. And I mean, you can clearly see when I just slap it close, it will continue where I left off in the app. So that's why I suggest or advise you not to enable every app, because it might be a little bit weird, or you will have to get used to always locking your device physically with the button. So moving on to the next option, it's gonna be the simple edge screen. So this is something that you can see probably always on your device. There's this little thing that is sticking out from the side, and you can pull that out, and by default there is not much into it. It's kind of overwhelming, and you can edit it if you want to add more apps into the panel right here by simply just tapping on them like so, and then we can go back to color day. I can also tap on the little grid right here, and this will open up the entire app tray, basically every app that is on your phone. But what it allows you to do at the end of it is, if you grab an app, you can drag it over. So as you can see right now, it's open up in the pop-up view. And I can, I believe, also grab it if I actually can. Let's see. Let me quickly close it, if I actually know how. There we go. So once we go back, we can also do something like this. So tap on it. It will open up an app in full screen, kind of like you would normally open up. But from there, you can also grab another one and drag it over, as you can see. And wherever I let it go, it changes. So if I drop it on a half of the display, it will open it up in split screen view, like so. Or if you drop it in the middle, it will open it up as a pop-up view. Now, as you can also see, this is not very limited. So as you can see right now, we have 5 different apps open. Now this is a little bit excessive, honestly, and probably not too feasible for an actual use, but obviously you can take it to extremes if you want to, or keep it in a reasonable state. But the phone allows you to basically do whatever you want, or open however many apps you want. And as you can see, I can continue to open up more. Now it is getting a little bit crowded right now, so just close this. And as you also see, the apps that are open up in pop-up view will close into this app head right here. When you tap on it, it shows up all the apps. So there's 4 open, and we can select one, and it will open it up in this pop-up view, which you can resize and move around. Now YouTube is a great example of this, because you can shrink it to the smallest size and play videos on it. So you could listen to music while not really interacting with it, moving it basically to the side just to kind of get it out of the way and not obstruct whatever you're trying to do. But the moment you press the home button, it does minimize into an app head, and that will close the video. So keep that in mind if you're trying to use it in this way. And battery super dead, cool, no one cares. And then moving on to the next one, it's gonna be the link to Windows option. Now I'm gonna only show you where it is, and you can enable it yourself. So let's go into the settings and then advanced features. There we go, advanced features right over here, and then link to Windows. So you have this option right here. So link your phone to your PC. Please allow access to your phone's camera to scan the QR code on your PC. So let's tap on continue, and right here it gives you a link to basically where you want to go on your computer. So aka.ms/link phone, so you can scan the code. Now I will also add additional basically message that this is one way of linking your phone to your computer. Windows has recently implemented a different way of doing it to their phone app or something like that. It's basically a pre-installed application on your Windows 10, which cannot be removed. And recently it's gone through this update where you can basically run Android applications that are installed on your phone. They can be run on your PC, but to link it you will need to download on your phone the Windows or Microsoft application. And now once you find it on your computer, it will tell you basically what you need to do, but the process is very similar. Scan the QR code, link it together, be logged into on both machines with the same Windows account, and basically everything works. And it works similarly to this, where you can view messages, calls and stuff like that on your computer. You can reply to them all on your computer, as long as they're linked together, with the benefit of the Windows one having the ability to run actual applications that are installed on your phone. They can be run on the computer as well. Okay, so moving on to the next option, it's going to be the smart pop-up view, and this is just going, let me quickly get rid of these ones so I don't have so much clutter here. But the smart pop-up view is basically this, but launched automatically from messaging or notification apps. So if any kind of app tries to give you notification, for instance, you get a message, it pops up a notification that, hey, Jane Doe tries to message you. You tap on it and it will open up messages in the pop-up view, so you can quickly reply to it, and when you click home it will create that app head that we had before. So it will basically create this kind of app head, and that's kind of how it will work. But to get this actually working, we need to go into the settings, and again the advanced features. From here, let's find the smart pop-up view. Here we go, smart pop-up view, and you can now enable apps that you want in smart pop-up view. Now this will only work this way if you get a notifications and you tap on it. As you can see, select which apps can send you notifications that you can tap to extend in pop-up view. This is only available for apps that support multi-window. So again, things like, for instance, camera. If camera could give you a notification that whatever it is needed, that will not go into pop-up view because camera is not split screen capable, at least in majority of the phones. I'm not actually sure if it's here. So that is basically what you could do with it. Now moving on to the next one, it's going to be the side key option. Now by default, if you try to hold the side key, it's going to launch Bixby. Now as you see, Samsung moved from giving you additional key for Bixby and not being able to remap, to basically making power key called now side key and launching the Bixby, because no one really wants to use it primarily. And literally moving the power off menu to notifications, which majority of devices don't do that. Almost no other Android does it. I think there's maybe like one different one that has it. But we can get back our glorious power key and place it back where its place is. So we do it by going into the settings and then advanced features, not Google, advanced features, there we go, and finding side key, which is right at the top. And from here we have double press, that's camera. You can change it as well if you want to, but there it is. Press and hold, so power off menu. And now if you hold it, there we go, the glorious power off options. Now as you see, there's also different options for the double press, so you can launch either camera, Bixby, or open up another kind of app. So you can choose which app you open up by double pressing. Now this is a little bit more limited because if you have a lock screen, which I do, and you try to double press from a lock screen, camera will open up no problem. It just kind of launches camera, allows you to take photos, and then goes back to being locked, and you cannot leave camera without actually unlocking the phone. But with the apps opening up, if you try to double press, it will not open an app till you unlock the device. So it seems a little bit more limited in that case. So just bear that in mind when you're trying to use it in such a way. Okay, so moving on further, we're gonna go into the reduced animation options. Now this is just something that will allow you to shorten the animation speed of apps, how quick they kind of like zoom in. For instance, as you see right here, the animation like right over here. Now to access the shorter animation, again, I'm gonna stay in the advanced features and settings, and scroll down, I believe. Just find the... There we go, reduce animation. So you select it, and that's about it. As you can see, they're slightly faster, and I mean slightly at best. So if you're not too satisfied with this option, we can take it further by going into the About phone, enabling the developer options right under the software information, build number. Once you find the build number, just tap on it 7 times. There we go. If you have the code, confirm it. And developer mode has been turned on. So let's go back to the main settings page, and right here you'll see developer options. Go into it, scroll a little bit past halfway. There we go, and you'll find the window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animation duration scale. Now each one of them corresponds to different kind of animation, and you can change both or all of them basically. And you have 2 options. Number 1 is the half speed, which is going to be significantly faster than the reduce animation option is. And also the off animation, which will completely remove them, because why would you need them anyway? So right now this is going to be the half speed, and you can clearly see the increase in speed at which the apps zoom in, out, and do anything. But if we're not satisfied with this, I'm also going to showcase the off animations. And yeah, screw animations, right? There we go, boom. It's basically instant now. So there's literally no animations, so applications open up instantaneously, at least to the point that processor allows them. If the phone can keep up with it, it will do it as quick as it can. While before, animations were the limiting factor of opening up app. Okay, so moving on to the next option, it is going to be video enhancer. So this just simply adds a little bit more contrast and saturation to the video, whatever you're watching, with the supported video application. So things like YouTube are supported, right? Now again, I believe this was in the advanced features. Let's scroll down, and there it is, video enhancer. We can actually tap on it, and here is the toggle. You can tap on it on and off to see how it changes the image. So it is fairly minimal, I would say. And if you're not a fan of the colors looking a little bit more washed out but having more clearable image in certain cases, then just don't enable it. But if you like the change that it implies here, then by all means just keep it on. As you can see, it also shows you the applications that are supported, and those are the apps that are right now installed, and those are basically all the apps that I have installed on the phone. The phone has literally no apps installed, so these are the stock ones that come with the device. Okay, and moving on to the last one, it's gonna be more of a privacy option for those people that like to keep their life private, so Samsung or whoever else cannot spy on them if you're kind of worried about this kind of stuff. And this is the sensors off option. Now by default this will be disabled and hidden fairly well, because why would you have it in a easy to find place? So you will need to enable the developer option for this, and if you skipped the previous part how I enabled this, I'm going to show it again. You go into About Phone, then you go into software information, find build number, and tap on it 7 times. As you can see, it tells me that I'm already a developer, so I don't need it. And once you enable it, you can find the developer options at the bottom of the settings page. And in here, just tap on it, scroll a little bit down, and you should see quick settings, developer tiles. Tap on it, and you have the sensors off. Once you enable this, it adds the tile right over here. So now you can tap on sensors off, and I will now kind of mention that once you do this, basically nothing works, nothing in terms of sensors. So you have no gyroscopes, no cameras, no microphones, no speakers. The phone basically goes dead, and the only thing you can use it is just kind of as a tablet in a way. So you can access, just open apps and interact with them. Not even internet looks like it's still working at least. But for instance, just like I said, the camera, if you try to open up, it just automatically crashes. It doesn't even allow you to open it. So as you can see, nothing and crash. So it will try to open it up, but at the end of the day, by phone standards, camera doesn't exist anymore here. So it will just keep on crashing. So this is the benefit of sensors off, and now this is just like an extreme security measure. And also I'll mention some other devices will also have this. This is not a Samsung only kind of thing, it's just something that Google implemented. But for instance, companies like Huawei will deliberately remove this option, because why would you need privacy when we can spy on you? So if you're going to try to look for this option on different devices, there's a high chance you will find it as well. And you enable it basically the same way. And once you're done with the sensors off, make sure you disable this option, because otherwise I don't even think people can talk to you if you have it on. So if someone calls you and you manage to pick it up, I don't think they will be hearing you at all, and you probably won't be hearing them as well. So yeah. But this will conclude the list of tweaks and tricks that I wanted to share, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.